Like, hold up. It's going to the wrong sound. Going to a TV.
Don't you know how to work computers?
Nah, dude, I'm so bad with technology.
It doesn't seem like you do.
Can you hear that?
No. I was just going, man.
I think maybe it's just me.
Oh,
Just play it on your phone.
It's a good idea. There we go.
Jesse, did Alice move in with you, or did she just cook for you tonight?
No, she made food for me.
Perfect.
Love me some spaghetti.
Dude, I can make a mean spaghetti.
The fuck up, Dean. You don't know the first thing about being Italian.
I do not. I make a Mexican spaghetti.
How would that entail? Enchilada sauce?
Yeah. You'll have
You
to.
just use some salsa roja.
Yeah. Salsa roja and beef.
Hey.
I'll cook it for us next draft when I'm.
God, I don't want it. Is enchilada just Mexican spaghetti?
Pretty much, yeah. And I'll do the enchilada with noodles instead of corn tortillas next time.
God.
All right. I played it on my phone, but since I was listening to something else, it wouldn't play it. Here we
Dude,
go.
this is ridiculous.
Give it a second, dude.
The production value on this thing needs some work.
1 second.
There's
There's one more ad. There's one more ad.
Ad?
Yeah, we got a Victoria's Secret promo.
Why we got ads, bro?
Bro. That's the worst quality ever.
Welcome to Hammer Talk 2. Let's go.
Let's go!
Cheers.
Welcome our guest this week, high scorer, basically number 1 seed in the league, Nicky. And
What it do? This is a
Yep.
fuck house speaking.
And the guy who doesn't remember the rules, Dean.
Dude,
Too many of them. There are too
there's
many
a
of
bunch
them.
of rules and they're all different.
And they don't make much sense.
Yeah,
I-
they don't
I
make
don't know them. And I'm not going to agree that
We need a big list, I think.
Yeah,
Hey,
we should make a
we
rule
had
book.
the chance to change the rules and we didn't. We really took a shot.
I'm not saying change the rules. I just want a big list of them so that I don't, so I can know what's the rules before like trying to do something.
Because Dak was already on my IR, but now I can't even get a quarterback without dropping a player. But
That's your fault for drafting Dak, you bum.
Dude, what a dumb move. In hindsight, I would not have paid for him.
All right, looking back, I think we're going to talk about some matchups. We're going to break down big games, some bad games, some good games. We're going to look forward to some good games next week, make a couple predictions, and then I think we're going to touch on some trades that happened. But more or less, I think we got to start with the blowout of the week, more or less doubling this man's points, a little over doubling. Alligator took down Captain J pretty much. No sweat. He needed 3 of his players to beat Jordan.
Man, what a great week. It just feels good, going into week 1. And I went in, my strategy was get my guys, get some dogs on the roster, and for the supporting positions, we'll kind of just figure it out as the season goes on. Luckily, Michael Thomas worked out a little better than I thought he would. But you know what? I got some fucking dogs.
How does this change your strategy going in to the later part of the year? You hit on your draft picks. How does this affect your late season strategy?
I don't have a late season strategy as you saw last year. So I'm just gonna kind of figure it out week by week. Hope I can pull together some good waiver wire pickups throughout the season and just ride forward.
That's pure class, Nicky. That's a well-spoken manager right there.
Dean, do you
Thank you,
think he
sir.
converts on that? Do you think he carries this momentum, or do you think he fizzes out like last year?
Well, I don't think he's going to be playing the School of the Blind every week, so he's going to have more of a challenge this coming week. But I think Boncho and Gator can hang on and probably make another playoff appearance if Michael Thomas keeps having 2 touchdown quarters. So
Bro played one half of football and got 2 touchdowns.
Can we talk about Jordan's trade real quick?
Oh,
yeah.
well,
Now is the time.
being
Now is the
bad.
time.
All right. What was this trade?
Yeah,
Transactions.
give me the deets here.
All right.
Phone in.
So Captain J on September 1st at 2:35, 10 days before Sunday week 1, trades. So Captain J to Jake Huggins, he gives away Deontay Johnson, Jalen Waddle, Aaron Jones, and the San Francisco defense.
No, it wasn't Jake. It was Siraj.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, that's the commissioner thing. Sorry, that's the commissioner badge. So yeah, Jordan to Siraj. Jordan gives away Deontay Johnson, Jalen Waddle, Aaron Jones, and the San Fran D to receive Keenan Allen, who's injured, Drake London, who did pretty all right, but he's a rookie, unproven. Zeke, who's washed and doesn't have a quarterback or an offensive line anymore.
No offensive line.
And the Minnesota defense is just kind of meh. I really did not like this trade for Jordan going into it. And, for Keenan Allen, the biggest piece of the puzzle to get injured week 1, that's really tough for Jordan. I think it's going to be really hard for him to come back from this trade that he made before even week 1 had thoughts of starting.
I just feel bad. I feel like he got caught up in the injury worries with Deontay and then Waddle. And he was thinking, I got to return on value, so I got to go get something that's going to give me points. And Keenan Allen's good for 14 points every week.
But he's also good for a hamstring injury, too, every year.
Yeah, I mean, he literally just walked in. Like, he traded away 2 guys, Deontay Johnson and Waddle, who are basically Keenan Allen. He traded both of them away, and then he gave Aaron Jones a better running back than Zeke away, fantasy-wise.
Especially PPR.
I don't know. A.J. Dillon looks like he's taking over that number 1, and especially goal line carries, too.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see about Aaron Jones. I really didn't like Aaron Jones going into this year.
I mean, Zeke's not even going to look at a goal line this year, so.
He got fair. He had 5 yards a carry and had 8 carries.
Zeke should have definitely had. He looked good.
He did look good. To be fair,
it just sucks that he's not going to have an offense to work with for the rest of the year, pretty much. I mean, for at least half the year.
And rush. Yeah, give him a rush. That'll be nice.
I mean,
all right, we'll touch on the other trade. Let's touch on the other trade. Dean, give me your thoughts on the Seaman and Pat's Feelers swapping. So Seaman traded for Kyler Murray and Hawkinson. And then P-Ball got Mark Andrews and Matt Ryan. Oh, wait. No. That's flopped.
I think
that's reversed.
That's flopped.
Yeah. P-Ball got Kyler Murray and Hawkinson for Cruz, Mark Andrews, and Matt Ryan.
Personally, I hate Hawkinson as a fantasy tight end. He's so over.
Having to trust Jared Goff every week is tough, unless you're a dog like Amon-Ra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, Taylor.
What up, Tizzle?
We're up.
But yeah, Hawkinson's kind of trash, and you just traded away. I don't know how did Mark Andrews play this week? Actually, I didn't see.
He played like big doo-doo.
He didn't do so great, but I mean, he's still fucking Mark Andrews. You can't judge a whole season off of week 1.
I don't think Matt Ryan is a viable quarterback anymore. I think you find better quarterbacks out there. He looked like shit.
I agree. I'm personally in the school of thought that, although I have Patty Mahomes, I don't value a quarterback, like a great quarterback, as much as I value like a top 3 tight end, especially how few and far between top tier tight ends are. I think you can make a QB work.
If your QB just threw for 5 touchdowns, of course.
Yeah, what are you talking about, bro?
That's facts. But hey, you get what you get, man. I'm just saying, I'd rather have a top tier tight end than a top tier quarterback if I had to pick. And
that's
my
fair.
Quarterback.
When I was building my team, go ahead, Dean. Go ahead.
I was just saying, my quarterback's the reason I lost. And so I need a quarterback. And so I have the different opinion from Nicky on that.
Yeah, I went ahead and
Sure.
I know that, you want a good tight end, you want a good quarterback. This year, I basically didn't get either of those. I just kind of conceded on both. So we'll see if running backs can carry me through every week. I don't think it's going to turn out the best, but I might need to make a move. We'll see. All right, let's break down some other good games here. We had a dub from Hefe over Dean. Dean, just give us your quick thoughts. Could you have won the game? Did you ever have a chance?
Yeah, I will. Okay, well, obviously, I was going to play Dak the whole time. I wasn't playing Tua. If I played Tua, I win. But I should have played. If I played Cordell Patterson, I think I win by like 0.2 points or something.
Yeah, that's bold.
Cordell Patterson's a dog.
It would have been tough. Well, I was really high on Ramondre Stevenson going in this season from a pass catching back and goal line touches, but the Patriots offense was just terrible. So
yeah, I think you kind of got to give Ramondre Stevenson a little bit more time to get settled into that offense and truly win the number one position over Damian Harris, because this year was kind of a toss-up who was going to get more goal line carries, more carries in general.
Yeah, so bad managing from Flub, but we'll get him next week or this week. Ian's team's ass, so I'm not worried.
Yeah. Speaking of Ian's team, 163-6-8. Big points.
Ass.
Big points. Sent Gabe and Jed to the shadow realm week 1, basically.
Oh yeah, he did.
I mean,
Saquon Barkley all the way
back.
back.
That's he hit on Barkley. He hits on Pittman. He hits on Herbert. Of course, everyone knew Pittman was going to be good. But when you have that, and Kirk went pretty crazy. When you have
I mean, if he can get CEH too, getting touchdowns every week, I mean, he's in a great spot.
Yeah. I don't think he does 160 every week, but I don't think this is the last time he does 160.
Do we think Saquon stays healthy?
I mean, he looked fucking healthy on Sunday.
He was nuts.
The question is, like it is every year, is can he stay healthy whenever that offense is only relying on him?
Yeah, I mean, everything came from him. He had 180 yards.
Yeah. It's similar to like how Derrick Henry usually is. Like that offense is completely and 100% reliant on how Saquon Barkley does. But Saquon Barkley does not have the proven history to endure that type of workhorse back duties like Derrick Henry does. But if he can continue to do that and stay healthy, I mean, Ian struck a gold mine.
Hell yeah. That's what you were looking for last year, Nicky.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for last year. And, it kind of fucked me up, but, it's all good.
Let's regroup on week 4. We'll see how everyone's feeling after that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna run through the next couple matchups since we've already touched on all of ours. We got Peep all over Siraj. That one caught me by surprise. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really thought thought Siraj was gonna have it after that trade.
Dude, AJ Brown just turned up. He looks damn good in Philadelphia. I didn't expect that, but AJ Brown had a day.
I'm not drafting Eagles. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to roster. I'm sorry.
It's against the code.
It's against the code. That's all it is. Dean, any thoughts there? What's the worst trade you've had from people this season?
He offered me one. I've gotten really bad trades from Jordan. He offered me Renfro and I think Zeke or someone for Diggs and I think Stevenson maybe.
Yeesh.
That was one of the worst trades I've seen. People actually hasn't offered me, I don't think. Maybe one.
Hold on, I'm looking up this terrible. I'm looking up this god awful trade that people sent to me. I was just chilling in a meeting at work. I opened my phone after the meeting and I'm just like baffled, like jaw dropped that I received this trade. He wanted to give me Kyler Murray, Cooper Kupp, and Leonard Fournette for Patty Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Jonathan Taylor. And I was just like, why are we trying to make these kinds of trades before the season starts? Like, what is the deal, man? I mean, I respect the hustle, but not really, honestly.
No, you gotta respect it. You have to respect it.
Yeah, he didn't want any of those players. He probably wanted a player on like Jed and Gabe's team that he just needed your players to go trade.
He just needed Jonathan Taylor as some trading bait.
Yeah, obviously. All right, game of the week was big time Prue and Hunter.
Yeah, that was a close one.
Taylor's leaving. He's going to go give his girlfriend flowers.
Aww.
Bye-bye, Taylor.
Oh, look at him.
Oh, look at him go. Yeah, I mean,
I hate
Hunter
my
versus Prue, the champ prevailed. He had a hell of a, I mean, Josh Allen, dog. Devontae Adams, he had faith in him, dog.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks, dog.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, dog. He got some dogs on his roster. I mean, his tight end and his depth isn't amazing, but I mean, his starting lineup, if they can stay healthy, that top 4 or 5 people on his team
I
could
felt
just carry
I
him through
felt
that
bad
whole
for Prue
season.
because DK fumbled and then they never threw to him again.
DK sucks, honestly. I hate DK, and they got Geno Smith throwing to him. He had a hell of a game, but
Geno was a dog, dude.
yeah, he did pretty well. Hey, what did he say? They wrote me off. I didn't write back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so that's the week. You got standings right now, top of each division. It'd go Nicky, Ian, Hunter. Those are familiar names, all brought up in the preseason picks for playoffs. I think I'd love to hear Dean's opinion, just real quick, 2 sentences. Which one of those 3 is not making the playoffs? And then Nicky, which one of those 3 is your lock for playoffs?
It was Nicky, Hunter, Ian, and
No, Nicky, Hunter, Ian are the 3 that you need to pick. One of them isn't making it. Nicky, you're picking one of not those 3 to make it.
I'd say Lang fails.
Yeah,
I think team's too strong, and then Nicky's team's too balanced. I think Lang's just short on depth, so when buys start coming around, he might get screwed.
I like it.
So to answer the question that you posed to Dean, I think Hunter's got a proven track record of managing a team through some ups and downs in a season. I haven't seen really Ian, handle any adversity last year. He didn't handle it super well. He just kind of got carried to the playoffs last year by being in the dog shit ass division with both Dean and Jacob. And I don't know who else was in it, but I don't think he necessarily deserved to make playoffs last year. But I know Hunter could probably scavenge through the waivers every week and find some gems in there. And then one team that's not in the top 3 that I expect to make into playoffs. Let me think real quick. That's tough. Not Flub, man. I'm not picking Flub. I'm going Prue. I mean, Prue's also good track record. I'm with him in another league. He's consistently up there in the top half of teams. I think he'll make playoffs. I think he could win his division. I don't know what division he's in actually, but if he's in Ian's division, I think he takes that division.
That's all I need to hear, Nicky. You've lit a fire underneath me.
All right.
Let's make some trades. Let's do it. All right. I think my call out for a little bit deadlier come later in the year. I think Alfred will pivot a little bit. He kind of got shafted. He should have got me this year for sure. No, this week for sure. I did not think I would win that week. So whenever half his team doesn't get hurt, he'll win some weeks. So I think it'll be fair. I think it'll be interesting. And then the pick outside of those top 3 to make it, I think, is Siraj. Team's deep. He got some good players. Siraj. All right. So
the problem is, I think Siraj went into the draft hoping to get a deep team, but the problem with a deep team, you can't start everyone every week. I mean,
but
he doesn't really
outlast. That's gonna outlast.
He doesn't really have any. I mean, besides DeAndre Swift and I guess Deanbo, if you want to count him, he doesn't really have any top tier talent on his team.
Hey, I'm just saying, the longer the season goes, the more the wins are going to come to him if he has depth. I think he's got good players.
That's true.
I think he'll win the outlast game.
That's fair.
All right, looking forward to this week. I'm going to just say the quick matchups, and you guys are going to say the one that sticks out to you. Nicky, you can't say ours, but Nicky and I are playing each other. We got Hefe versus Hunter, Captain J and P-Ball, Siraj versus Prue, Dean versus Ian. That'll be an interesting one. And then Alfred versus Gabe and Jet.
Jason Diggs going for 80 this week.
I like the matchup between Dean and Ian. I think that's going to be.
Yeah, I think that's a good one, and I also think the Hunter v. Hefe matchup interests me as well. I'll be curious to see how that one ends up.
Obviously.
I don't know if I have faith in Hefe's team though this year.
Yeah, I think he's gonna fizz.
I mean, he's got Justin Jefferson. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's not gonna probably do amazing for the next 8 to 10 weeks, but
Well,
Gibson
back in about 4 weeks.
Who?
Dak's supposed to come back in about 4 weeks now.
No shot. No.
Yeah,
shot.
but
sure about that.
They're not putting him on the IR. Like,
yeah, that's a bum move.
So kind of weird, but they're thinking he might be back in 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he could be back. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's kind of in a tough spot right now. Owners of CeeDee Lamb are kind of in a tough spot right now. Because obviously you can't, drop him or do anything because he's a dog when Dak's healthy. But you also can't really trade him right now either because everyone's like, what the fuck is his what is he worth right now?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I would
can Cooper Rush throw a ball?
I would trade into CeeDee Lamb just because of how cheap he is right now. I don't know that he's gonna even be that great, but just his name, you want him. So all right. Well, that's pretty good. We touched on the trade, just touched on the week. Looking forward. Any comments? Who's gonna be the waiver guy that just gets?
I guarantee P-Ball and Jordan both have 3 waiver pickups by when they clear tomorrow.
Yeah, you can see that.
They both have 3.
I think so. Unlike other leagues where there aren't player requirements per roster or whatever, there are still a lot of receivers and running backs out there that are highly owned in other leagues.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's plenty of waiver depth this week, specifically for those flex positions. So I think a lot of those people, although a lot of them didn't have great weeks last week, people are desperate to fill in some spots because there were a lot of injuries, a lot of disappointments, and a lot of shit that happened this week. So I think those guys are kind of focused on is the ones that are highly rostered in other leagues that weren't drafted this year.
I like it. I think there's a ton of talent out there. I think teams are going to look real different come Wednesday or Thursday morning, whenever waivers go. But I guess we'll leave it with a sayonara. Nicky, you can have our parting message. Hefe had it last week as the highest scoring guest on the podcast because Ian is not cool enough to be on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean it was a pleasure being on the Hammer podcast. It was a hell of a time with the host over here, Mr. Jesse, and Mr. Bitch over here, Dean Jones. Yeah, I wish you all luck in the next week, except for Jesse. You're getting fucked this week. I'm about to
there we go
on your head. So I can't wait to see the beef bus crash off the side of the highway. And yeah, that's about all I got.
Dean, as you leave, give us your championship pick as of this week.
My championship pick, Flub versus whoever wants it. That's my championship pick. Flub and Prue.
There you go. All right, Flub and Prue. I like it. Alrighty. Thanks for tuning in to Hammer Talk episode 2.
Yes, sir.
Hammer Talk, bang.
Bang. All right, hold on.